All right, welcome to the Game Bomb Podcast, and this is our guest spot. Thanks for downloading the show, or streaming it, or however you did it.
However,
And if you're wondering how to find us, you can find us on Twitter at twitter.com/GameBombPod. No podcast, just pod. You can find us on Facebook.com/groups/GameBombPodcast. And we're also on YouTube, and we'll leave that description below.
link in the description.
Link in the description. Thank you, Dustin.
You're welcome.
Well, I'm Steve, along here with Dustin.
Hello.
And I got a buddy here to talk about the latest hype train, No Man's Sky. It's Kirk. Hey, Kirk, how you doing?
What's going on, guys?
Kirk.
Did I say
Yeah.
Kirk or Kirk?
Yeah. No,
Just
but
like
I just
Captain.
I was in Captain. I want people to understand that it's Kirk,
It's
not
Kirk.
Kurt.
I'll take another swig of beer so that shit doesn't happen again.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, so I brought you gents here to talk about No Man's Sky.
Ugh.
No Man's Sky is, well, Hello Games released it on August 9th for PlayStation 4 and the PC.
PC Master Race.
PC Master Race. And
Hello.
for those who haven't played
Hello.
it yet, it's a never-ending game of exploration, survival, combat, and trading, which includes over 18 quintillion planets.
I don't even know what that number means. I don't think anybody really does.
If
I think
it's
it's too big for you, Dustin.
yeah, if it's
Yeah, it's too big for everybody. Okay.
if it's more than 100, that's impressive. So, all right, Dustin, let's start with you. What'd you think of this game?
Well, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. Unlike all the fucking idiots that fell for the hype train for this fucking game, I wasn't. I didn't get on it.
Are you talking
I
about?
didn't get on this fucking
Talking
hype train.
about-
I played it. I bought it. I regret the fact that I spent $60 on this horse shit.
Say that shit to my
Okay.
face. You talking about me?
But I'll fucking say it. I'll fucking say it loud. But this game fucking sucked. I'm looking up Hello Games right now, and wow, much to my surprise, they've never done anything worth
They're indie developers.
Yeah, they're fucking stupid, but
Yeah,
The problem-
I think they had a development crew of like 10 to 15 working on this game.
And it looks so impressive too. You would see the media on this thing, and
it doesn't.
it looked mind
Oh yeah,
blowing.
they definitely got the media on and all. They got the hype up and all that, but they fell short.
No, they did the full short. Here's what they did. All they had is one fucking thing. All they had was the size, the maps, or the size of the game. That was all they had. Every single interview, they threw out this fucking number, which was a made-up word, I'm pretty sure. They made up a word to describe their fucking game, and they used it in every interview, every article, just anything involving this game. They should put that fucking word in the title. 18 quintillion. That should be the name of the fucking game.
Look, I'll give them one thing. They promised me dick monsters, and I got dick monsters.
Yeah, they don't do nothing. They just walk around, they lick at you. They look like cows. Every single one looks like a fucking cow.
I've only played I had 10 hours in this game, and I couldn't do no more. I did my best. They got my money, whatever, that's fine. But do any of these animals attack you? Like, do you run into a big Tyrannosaurus dick monster? Does it come after you?
I've never been attacked.
Yeah, actually, you can be attacked. You know how you scan the creatures to get them in your or whatever and upload them.
Mm-hmm.
If they're aggressive, they will attack when they're close to you.
Not bad.
Mm.
I would have
How
liked
many
that.
hours? How many hours do you have into the game, Kirk?
I don't even know the count, but it's got to be at least a good 20 to 30. And
Oh wow!
and just like you, it just gets boring and repetitive after a while.
The thing about the game is that how nowadays, like I said, that was all they used was the fucking size. But there's no fucking quests. There's nothing to do. You just fucking, you take off, you explore a planet, you mine some shit, you sell some shit, you fill up your inventory ridiculously fucking quick.
Yeah.
All right, and then it's just back. You sell it all, and then you go find some more shit.
All right,
It's-
so I forgot who said it, so I'm not going to take responsibility for it. This game is like, it's as big as an ocean, but that ocean is only 3 feet deep.
Yeah, there's no depth to it whatsoever. Exactly.
And we've all been had.
They put. I mean, I understand what they're trying to do, and it's exciting that you can do something like this. That you can make a world this fucking
It's
big.
beautiful. It's beautiful.
Well, I mean, the graphics left a little to be desired. There's nothing to write home about. But The graphics were
Right.
yeah, they were right. They were fair. But I need a game nowadays. You know, we're more fucking mature in our gaming, and we need games that you actually do shit rather than fucking walk around and explore. If I want to go outside and fucking explore, I'll take a fucking walk. You know, this fucking
Can you
I can't understand.
Dustin, can you explain to me how riding home to your family is more important than getting on your horse and seeing them yourself to tell them the news?
Uh, no, it's a wartime. Okay, not to deviate from the
Because
thing. It's a
there was
wartime reference where if something big happens, you write to your fucking family.
because you can't leave. They don't let you leave because that's
It's a wartime. Nothing to write home about. It's a wartime reference, and I don't know why I got to keep explaining it to you.
I just don't get it. If it's important, you want to tell them face to face. So you get on your horse and you ride
Yeah,
home.
yeah, war.
All right.
Okay, have a good one.
I knew you were gonna yell. I'll stop when you start yelling.
I'm sweating here.
All right, so I wanna let you guys know about this. No Man's Sky, when it came out, it was huge for the first couple days, and that's about what's today? That's about a month ago. Let's say it's a month ago, right?
Yeah, it came out August 9th, so
So
25 days ago.
so then the player count. I don't know if you guys read this. I'm sure you did. The player count. They lost 88% of their players.
Oh, within what? Well, between
It's between 88% and 90. This is a month from its release.
that's so as of right now, they lost fucking 80% of the players that played it when it was released.
Yes, sir. A little under a month.
I'm not surprised. You know, it's an awesome concept, and the fact that they're able to do that and create all these fucking worlds, that's awesome. That's great, and I'm excited of what we can do with that shit. But they just, I feel like their problem is that they're the first people to do something like this, so it's growing pains. Now the industry knows that something like this can be done, so now other studios can create games just like this and just add more content to it. It's almost like these guys were the first to do it, and it was fucking shitty. Okay, but now they can grow on this, and other fucking studios can run with it and make other better fucking games. You know, imagine an awesome game. Imagine like a fucking Grand Theft Auto where you can do all that bullshit, and the world is fucking 18 quintillion fucking faggots big. Imagine, okay? You know, something like that. But just just a world is not enough to make a good game. Just a world, that's not enough. You know, you need more than that, more content than that.
All right.
I'm looking at something right now. Going back to the players, close to the day of the release, there was 175,000 people playing,
Not bad.
and then today there's about 6,500.
6,500.
Oh,
6,500 for a fucking game that was released worldwide.
that ain't
It says
shit.
the all-time peak was 212,000, and the 24-hour peak was only 9,000.
That's depressing. Those poor people, man. They were on like news channels and Colbert reports, and bam.
No, they're just. I mean,
Did
I'm
you
not, go ahead, Kirk.
did you guys see that one video where the reporter was asking the developer about what you could do in the game, and almost every answer was no?
Yeah, I did see it. Like, can you play with your friends? No, you can't do that. Can you warp to your ship? No, you can't do that. You know. Yeah. Can you get more inventory slots? No, you can't do that. You can't do anything. Can you stack your inventory? No, you couldn't do anything. I did see that interview. Guy said no to like fucking 5 things.
And you know what? I'm glad you said that, Dustin. The one thing that's my number one I hated about this game was just fucking watching that ship like a nice car that you couldn't lock. You had to bring it everywhere with you. So you had to do something, you get out, then you go back to your ship. You know, maybe sometimes I just want to leave the ship where it's at and have some like a warping capability. I don't have to warp all the time, but at least give me something that I can do it more frequent.
Well, you remember what I told you? You remember when I first played the game and I played it for like 2 hours, and then I was like, yeah, I fucked up. My ship was on one planet and I died on another. It took me like fucking 4 hours to fucking find a place where I can get back to my fucking ship. And that right there, that was like right off the bat. And it was because of a fucking glitch too. It pissed me off. I took off from the planet that you start on. You start right there. I took off. I landed on the second fucking planet. and then I landed on the ground, and then my ship just fell through. My ship just fucking fell through the ground, and then I was in this fucking dark area, and it was just like, I kept falling, and eventually I fucking died. So then my ship was on that fucking planet where I died, and since there's no fucking autosave, which is another fucking stupid feature, I went back to the original fucking planet with my fucking ship, on fucking Mars. So, like 4 hours, it just totally brought me. I lost immersion after that, because now instead of trying to play the game and figure out what I can do, now I'm trying to figure out how to get back to my fucking ship. So nothing else matters with the fucking game. Mining, all that shit. All I'm trying to do is one goal: get my fucking ship. So I wasn't able to appreciate anything else. It's fucking stupid. Pissed me the fuck off.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with you that the beginning is definitely daunting when you're trying to explore the planet, because the only option it seems to be like is to jump in your ship, jump out, jump back in, because the early stage jetpack is horrible.
Yeah, the jetpack, and then I think every player lands on a different planet. I was on a decent one where the environment really wasn't terrible, but if you land on a planet that's super hot or cold or it's just a bullshit, I can see how you can't get very far away from your ship. And then there was no tutorial. They didn't tell you how to read the map or none of that shit. You just kind of had to figure the shit out for yourself.
Yeah, I always like a good tutorial.
Absolutely. Just a little something. I'm not looking
some sort of clear objectives too, because even the objectives that they kind of give you, it's really not telling you anything. Like, why do I need to go there?
No, it was very lackluster. I'm not looking for a fucking complete walkthrough guide on how to play the game, but just a little basic. Hey, you got to do this. This is how you do it, and this is why you're doing it. That's all. But it didn't even offer that.
All right, so we know Dustin's reason for hating it. Kurt, what was your breaking point that you stopped giving it a chance?
Honestly, it was just the grind. The grind for all the resources, to sell all the resources, to get money, to upgrade the mine blaster or whatever the gun is called, and then the ships itself. Like, the only way to upgrade the ship is to exchange it out, pretty much. And not only do you have to buy it for an extreme amount, you're pretty much letting your old ship sit there and wither away, and you can't even sell it. Like, can I get an exchange rate or something?
I'll agree with that. It's a lot of grind work with little reward, and that's not going to keep anyone playing this game.
No, not at all.
I mean, it's a gorgeous game. I mean, I'm talking about when you first get in that ship and fly away. That was an awesome feel.
Oh yeah, and well, let me talk about the flying. Like, the flying on the planets, I wish you could go a little bit lower so you can actually see more instead of having to stop and like turn around and try to see it out the little windows. But in space, I really like the flying and how they have the pulse engines, and then you have the warp drive, and it's so super fast compared to other games in space that I've played. The flying itself and the ships, I kind of like that part of it.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you on that, Kirk. I would say if there was a strong point to the game, it was that, just the maneuvering from planet to planet. It was very slick. It didn't take very much time at all, and that was one of the strong parts of the game. It made it easy. And then just to warp from different galaxy to galaxy, planet to planet was easier, than galaxy to galaxy was also easier.
So one more thing I want to ask you guys. What do you think? This game is trash. What do you think could be a factor into saving it? Like, if they could update it, what do you think? Do you think it could be online? Do you think it could be like a new, element to it? What do you think?
I mean, playing online. I mean, if you play it online, I feel like if they had a multiplayer feature to it, I don't really feel like that would do much, because you're just still doing the same shit that doesn't add anything to it. All you're doing is walking around, and now you're walking around with somebody else. And it really doesn't do it. What I need a quest, a purpose, a reason. Why am I doing this? Why do I need a bigger ship? Why do I need all this fucking materials? A reason for it, not just do this, get a bigger ship, and then do it again. So a quest, a fucking, create a relationship with the player. Make me like the fucking player. Make me feel attached to him.
Yeah, there was a massive disconnect with this game. I didn't feel like, I was anybody. I don't even think the guy had a name, come to think of it.
No, I
Yeah,
don't think it does.
So what? So at least in Minecraft, I had Steve, or I had my gamer tag. That was my gamer tag,
Yeah.
risk taker. It's it's like when I play a game, I need a story. I need something to watch, to do. If you're just having me work in a video game that I paid for, I'm not gonna stick around long. I barely stick around for my real job. I'm not gonna stick around for a virtual one.
when this game first came out, Steve, you and I were talking about it, and you were like, "How is it?" And I was like, "Oh, it's okay." And then you, Steve, you were like, "Oh man, this is so good. I love it. It's such a great, fun game to play." And
I, you were definitely on that hype train,
oh, he
Steve.
was something fierce.
I've been waiting for this game for so long, watching the media, reading up on it, and that first 2 hours I played, I felt like it lived up to the hype. And then it just, it was just the same thing over and over again. I went to
No,
a new planet, and there was nothing worth that trip going to the new planet. There was nothing worth staying towards that new planet. I didn't feel like trading. I didn't feel like upgrading. I didn't feel like doing anything.
I am ashamed of the entire gaming community, including you, Steve, because once again, 18 quintillion fucking planets. Everybody heard that and they're like, "Oh my god, this is gonna be such an awesome game. It's so big, it's gonna be such an awesome game."
Go ahead,
And I'm
keep it
just thinking
coming.
to myself, how is that gonna be a good game? Just because it's big? What the fuck? And everybody, the gaming community was like, "Oh my god, this is so amazing.
It was
You
supposed to
need
be innovative, you
you
fuck.
it is innovative, but I'll give them that. It is innovative. I'll give them that. And that was what I said earlier, that they're the first to do something like this. Maybe the fucking gaming community can improve upon it down the road. And down the road, we can have these massive games that are super, they're virtually limitless in area with actually something to do, filled with fucking content. But the
I,
entire
I
gaming
actually,
the entire gaming community just said, "Oh wow, it's so big." And I'm thinking to myself, you need more than that. That's not going to make a good game. And Steve, you were guilty of that too. You'd said, "Oh, it's so big, it's going to be a great game." And then I told you, Steve, there's no fucking story, there's no mission, there's no nothing. And then your response to that was, "Well, they're not going to release a game like that." And I said, "The fuck they aren't. They already fucking did. It's called No Man's fucking Sky." You said they're not going to release a game like that. And now here we are, 25 days after release, and we're talking about how fucking shallow it is and how shitty it is.
yeah,
I've
I never even actually heard of the game until one of your posts, Steve, and I think you and Eric were talking about it. And I looked into it. I'm like, oh, this could be a pretty cool game. Let's see how it releases and how it does then. And to go back to your question that you asked, at this point, it's going to be pretty hard for them to save the game.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yep.
Dustin was saying if they were to really integrate a true multiplayer, especially with the friends list, where like say Steve's on some planet and he gives the coordinates, you can get to him and actually play together instead of never having a chance of meeting each other. And I even heard a report at one point in time that there were two different players on the same planet, but they couldn't actually see each other.
Yeah,
So
that was shortly after release.
is it truly multiplayer? No, it
no nothing.
really,
Nothing about it's multiplayer, and I'll tell you why. When you pause, everything stands still.
yeah.
At least that's what I was told. It was I think it was debunked. But
Yeah, to me, this game feels like it's definitely not complete.
Yeah,
Like I said before, this feels like a greenlit game. For those that don't know what a greenlit game is, that's Steam's like early funding of a game. You could buy it, you get access to it, all that type of stuff before it's actually released.
Arc
And
Evolution,
to me,
get the
that's what
fuck
it
out of here.
feels like. I couldn't, especially now. They would definitely have to do a price drop soon because why would anyone buy this game? I mean, you
oh, I
got
agree.
Steam giving refunds for doesn't matter how long you played, just be like false advertisement. You're getting your refund.
Really, Steam is issuing refunds for this game now?
Oh yeah, I read that they were giving out
Yep.
so many that they had to put up like a special rule, and like it at first they were refunding you no matter how much time you had in there, and then they were like, hold on, stop, we're not doing that. If you got some real problems, you can call us, but you can't just click and have your money back.
No, I didn't know. I didn't know Steam was I didn't know Steam was giving out so many refunds for this fucking game.
And
That
that's
right there tells you everything you need to know, then.
I'm so disappointed. I've never been put in my
Yeah.
place like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt good.
Yeah, because I even heard of like updates that they're planning. Because of course the developer probably couldn't get everything that he wanted into the game because of bugs, time, whatever it may be. Some type of like settlement building and stuff like that. But honestly, it's too late. Like, who's really going to keep on playing this game besides the streamers and people that are going to be able to make money off of the stream and that type of stuff? Because once you get to the center, you're just put right back into the edge again. Sorry for the spoilers, but that's what happens.
What happens.
Yeah, well,
It's a different universe, but you're put right back to the edge again.
I just want to tell people, just don't get this game. It's not what it is. It's something else, and it's worse. Don't get this game. There's plenty of other games out there on PC and console that is worth more than whatever the price drop is going to be, which should be about $10. But it's not even worth that because you're wasting your time.
Well, I could picture this game just dropping right down to, $20, $19.99.
I could see it at the 20, 30 price point for the game, but not at the 60. There's no point for that.
No, and then the Steam sale will probably drop down even. You can probably get it for $10.
And I want to tell everyone in the range of this voice right now, do not pre-order anything.
Anything.
No, I don't do it either.
Don't.
It's bullshit nowadays.
Yes, I agree, because it doesn't matter what the bonuses are, you'll get them eventually. And shit like this happens. I'm out $60. If I would have waited a couple days after it was released and, all this bullshit, I would have had $60. I would have got a better game.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. I feel like this game, and along with a lot of other fucking games, they get so hyped up and they make a lot of fucking money, a lot of undeserved money off of pre-orders and shit like that.
Crooks.
Yep. I remember we talked about in a previous episode with Watch Dogs, how all these trailers for Watch Dogs came out. And it was, the trailers were like fucking ultra high definition.
Yeah.
1080, right? 1080 fucking.
That was the E3 demos, yeah.
Yep. And everyone's like, wow, this game looks so fucking great. Wow, that looks good. I'm going to get that game. All these fucking pre-orders and the game came out. And people are like, what the fuck is this? It didn't even look like the same fucking game.
And we pre-ordered it like a couple of dumb fucks.
Yeah. I know you two definitely hated on that game. I like that game, and I can't wait for the next one.
Really?
Yeah, I liked it. I thought, because I know you, Steve, you ragged on the driving a lot. And I didn't think it was that bad.
Driving was fucking trash.
It was rough, man.
Supposedly they got they brought in a whole team of experts just to upgrade the driving.
I'm not touching that fucking game until I get confirmation. I'm probably not touching it anyways. I don't want another fucking mini mission of turning on and off cameras. No more of that. You give me an AK-47 and I gotta hide behind a dumpster for an hour fucking with these cameras and trying to get a fire extinguisher to blind some guy when I could have just went in there and split his wig with the AK-47. That's fucking stupid. I'm a goddamn criminal. Let me go in there guns a-blazing.
Right, the problem is this game came out the same fucking week as fucking Grand Theft Auto. What the fuck? Come on now.
Yeah, why would a developer do that?
Right, why would they do that? Exactly. Why the fuck Grand Theft Auto made $1 billion in the first week, and then here's Watch Dogs. Here it is.
Oh God, this podcast made me so upset.
But getting back to the subject at hand here, No Man's Sky. We've hated on it a lot, but now if I can just take a minute to talk about what it did right, okay. And I'm not so much the game itself, but the whole procedurally generated world. Am I saying that right? Procedurally generated world. There's a lot of potential there. And I think as the fucking systems progress, we can see some really awesome shit emerge from something like that, I think. They're just the first ones on the block to do it, I think. And it was fucking stupid. And it was fucked up. But like I said, a lot of potential there, I feel. The sky is the limit. No pun intended.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. There's definitely some good points in No Man's Sky. But there's just so much that they fell short on as far as the adventure of the game. Mm-hmm. There is no adventure. It's you going the planet, talking the same couple aliens over and over, and just repairing your ship, repairing, the plutonium for the boost for the launch thrusters, your suit, and all that type of stuff, and you move on to the next planet. Because I know, Steve, at one point you said you were on your second planet, like 10 hours in
Yeah,
almost.
yeah.
And I honestly, the first planet, I think I stayed on there 10 minutes and then moved on.
Yeah, I find one or two things from a planet, and then that's it. I go on.
A way to make this game better. I'll hit you boys with a simplistic bomb right now. Skyrim, the way they did it, that open world, do it in there. Boom, you're done. You get randomly generated missions. You get dialogue. You get stories. You have shops. Well, they had shops.
Oh, yeah.
They had shops in this one, but they were trash.
Everything was trash about this fucking game.
Yeah, yeah. But if they did that, you go to a planet and there's a little settlement and there's mini missions in there, or you're chasing a bigger mission, or there's a bounty for some other guy you got to kill. That would have been awesome. And then it's multiplayer. Us three go to a settlement and there's a dude we got to find and there's a bounty on his head. We go and shoot him. We come back. We get the bounty. Split it 3 ways.
Hello Games has heard a lot of this negative feedback, and maybe they'll take it and they'll they'll release some DLC for the game that'll make it a little more interesting, a little more fun to play.
It better be free DLC.
I was just gonna say, if they do that, they sure as fuck better not charge for it, because I ain't fucking buying it.
They ain't getting my ass again. I tell you
I
that
ain't
right
fucking
now.
paying for it. So maybe
I did hear they brought on a team for community management to listen to user feedback and everything, but the user base is. Most people that really bought the game, they're really not. I don't even know if they're playing it. I mean, personally, I haven't played in about a week, but I mean, I do plan on trying to pick it up at least to try to get to the center. But again, the grind. I don't know. I might just shoot straight through it and try to get as far as possible, as fast as possible.
Yeah, I'm done.
Just to do it.
I'm done with it. I got the Destiny DLC September 20th. I got to grind on that. I'm fucking done with No Man's Sky. They lost my business. They got my $60 and they fucking ran away with it.
Right, they fucking ran away with the fucking wife and kids, and you're $60 laughing the whole fucking way.
Have you guys played any games that are similar to this? Like any space-based games at all?
I can honestly say no.
And
I need a good space game, especially with that aspect of you flying off a planet, manually flying through space and landing on a planet. I need that in a good game, but I got that in a bad game, and it fucked me.
Yeah, massive.
I'm definitely going to recommend you something, Steve, because I know you're on Steam, and I know you have a PC, even though you like to be a console pleb. Definitely check out Space Engineers. I would best describe it as Minecraft meets No Man's Sky, but it's not as vast. I'm not even sure how vast Space Engineers is, but you could start from the ground up, like in Minecraft.
I like it. I put it in.
Is it? Yeah, I did too. Yeah, I did.
I know. I heard you guys type it when I was. Well, yeah, that's when we were talking on Body Snatchers. This is the game that I keep on going back to compare it to, because it is pretty massive. They do have planets with their, I think, one of their latest updates, and it's an early access game, and it's only $24.99 currently, and with Steam sales it could go even less. It was actually on a humble bundle 2 months ago, or a couple weeks ago, and you could create massive ships, and the worlds are pretty good. And like you said, you want, like Steve, you were saying, to get off a planet. If you start out on a planet, you got a little grind to go to, because you need to build your ship powerful enough to even get to leave gravity, because they simulate gravity in this game too.
I'm liking this.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now as we speak. It looks promising.
And before we get to our closing statements in No Man's Sky, I want to say I'm a console gamer for life, but one thing I love
for life. Huh?
I love about Steam is we bought that Arc Evolution, and for my Mac. My top of the line Mac, it was not compatible, and I was upset. I don't think it was compatible for you either, Dustin, was it?
No, I fired it up. I fired it up. I didn't play it enough to mess around with the settings and get them tuned in, but I mean, it worked.
So I'm figuring out how to get my money back. I'm getting ready to call them and go figure out. They just have a few clicks to where they give you your money back if you play under 2 hours. No hassle.
Yeah, I returned it too.
They give you your refund, and I think that's phenomenal. That benefits them in no way except customer service, and that's what I like. That's what I support.
Are you guys talking about Ark Survival Evolved?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, let me talk. Let me talk about something bullshit on that game. Don't buy that game for one thing.
Please.
Two, that game is early access.
Yep.
It's right now. It's 40% off at $17.99. And again, it's early access. Tell me why they have paid DLC on an early access game.
What?
Yep,
Yeah.
they have an expansion pack for $20.
Holy
more
shit.
Than the game.
What the fuck?
That's more than the fucking game. What are you talking about?
So basically, they're telling you that when you buy the full fucking game, you're not getting the full fucking game.
Yeah, exactly. That they actually just released that this week, and oh shit, Reddit was going crazy over that. And right now, the overall is mostly positive, but the recent is mostly negative. And I can almost guarantee you, it's all people. Paid DLC for early access game is just stupid. Number one comment right now.
Oh, yeah, that is pretty fucking stupid. I'm gonna give the Space Engineers a try though.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm gonna look into it.
Yeah, the only bad part I hear on this, and they're in the process of fixing it, is there is multiplayer, but I heard that it's very, very glitchy as far as it's called like simulation speed. I guess it's probably like their net code in the background, probably kind of like the Minecraft server.
Right.
And it can't really keep up with the multiplayer just because there's so much shit going on, especially on planets. I heard.
But that's fine. I can accept that on a game that's still in beta or early access. You know, I can accept that. I can live with that.
I hate to get off track topic, but we're riffing here. Dustin, there's this game I want us to try with. I don't know if you heard about it. There's a bomb that you're supposed to disarm, and you're on that side with the plans, and I'm on this side looking at the bomb, and you got to walk me through how to disable this bomb before it goes off.
That sounds pretty intriguing.
I forget it.
Oh,
that game.
Keep talking, nobody explodes.
Is that what it's called?
Let's go.
I think so.
Fuck, how'd you know that?
I don't know. Someone will tell us. Someone listening to this will tell us. But all right, No Man's Sky. I think I'm gonna give it a 6, only because it did me dirty on the money it asked for. It gave me 10 hours of enjoyment, then I dropped off. A hard 10 hours I dropped, and I loved how it looked, but there wasn't nothing for me to do. And I say that in the spirit of which it's intended. I know there was stuff they had for me to do, but I didn't want to do them because it was work, and I knew I wasn't getting nothing good for it.
A 6. Wow. You know, a 6 is that's surprisingly high after the conversation we just had. I'm gonna give it a 5. The graphics were fair; they were okay, but you know, just like you, I feel like they did me dirty. You know, I can't in good conscience give a game higher than a 5 when I feel like it gave me all these promises and nothing in return. Right. I'll give it a 5 just because it's innovative and it could pave the way for some awesome games in the future.
All right, that's fair. Kirk, how about you, bud?
I'm gonna have to go with the 4. Reasoning is that grind, man. It just kills the game. It kills all the fun. Again, there's no missions. There's nothing for you to do unless you're pretty much just wandering around the system, even whether it be you're following the Atlas points or you're going in free mode. But there's no content there. You can just go world from world. What are you gonna do? It's not like you're building anything. It's not like you're going to meet your friends to do something cool or anything. You're just solo and trying to survive, and not even really survival. You just need to get more materials and bigger ships, sell them, bigger ships, sell them. Hopefully I find a drop pod to upgrade my suit.
Well, Wow, so we got a 4, a 5, and a 6. Tough crowd.
Yeah. So
Steve, you're a little generous.
it still looks nice when I play it. When I play it in the dark, sounds up, and I was walking around. I can remember moments where I was like, man, this is a glorious game. Like that first time where you fly off, you get on the planet, and you turn around and you're staring at that planet that you were just on. To me, that was powerful stuff. But then the shine went off the apple really quick. So.
Yeah, there's potential, absolutely. Maybe not for this particular game, but the technology can take us
Maybe not
places.
for this particular game and not this particular developer, and I hope all their families starve.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Not after getting our $60, they won't.
Yeah, they failed on this game. There's honestly, I don't think there's no coming back from it unless they do something pretty drastic, and it's got to be free. Personally,
Yep.
I mean,
Yep, it's got to
why
be.
am I spend another $20-$30 on a DLC when it should have been in the game in the first place?
Yep, I agree 100%.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna thank you, Kirk. I'm not gonna thank Dustin for a goddamn thing for coming on. This was cool, man.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, appreciate it,
Pretty
Kirk.
good at this. You got a Twitter or anything you want to plug? Something?
I'm Vash469 on Twitter, Steam, Origin, even the consoles. Even though I don't play, just add me somewhere. I'm sure I'm there.
And we are Game Bomb Pod on Twitter, Facebook/groups/Game Bomb Podcast on Facebook, and the YouTube is just all messed up, but we're gonna leave a link for you down there. So
iTunes coming soon.
iTunes coming soon. We're just waiting for the okay, and it'll all be up there, and the link will be all over the place, so I'm sure you'll see it.
Yeah, you need an Android alternative, buddy.
What is Android? That Google Play? That Google now?
I honestly, I don't even know how you would do podcasts for that, but
Nobody
I'm
does.
trying to think for you.
Dustin has a Cricket phone. He should be able to figure that shit out.
I got a BlackBerry now.
Welcome to 2003.
Yeah, he found
no
that.
shit.
He found that time machine too and hopped right in and got a BlackBerry Storm. So
He got that. He's got the storm. I thought he had the curve.
the
Going in the
clicks.
fucking pussy now.
He has the clicks. So everyone, thanks for downloading. We'll see you next time. Bye.